What's up everyone, Margie here with Complete Human Performance. Wanted to give you guys some more updates on my training and nutrition for my prep for the figure competition, and then I'm 5 weeks out from that currently, and then 4 weeks after that, the triple bypass 120-mile cycling race through Colorado. So I'm doing a 2-week update because the week of April 24th was a deload, so there wasn't really a lot to update for training, and then that week was kind of a rough week for me in terms of the mental and emotional side of things, which I talk more about in, I wrote a blog post as well below here, so you can read about that. And then the week of May 1st, my endurance was back up to increased volume and so forth. So I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that side of training. So for the last 2 weeks, training and nutrition. So yeah, April 24th, that week was deload week, which felt really good. It was definitely needed. My body needed that break. It was needed. It was perfectly timed. So May 1st, that week, we started increasing the intensity again with endurance. So the week of the April 24th, like I said, was just very difficult for me mentally and emotionally. I kind of had a come to Jesus moment, which I talk about in the blog post, so you can read more about that there. So coming off the deload and the coming to Jesus moment, my week for May 1st went really well. I was feeling strong, well, as strong as I'm going to feel when I'm 6 weeks out. I was feeling strong, I was feeling refreshed, energized, and I was in a really good mindset too. Before, when I would train, I would wake up, do some work, blah, 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 do chores, whatever, and then I would do my training in the afternoon. And what I found by doing that is I was unmotivated, I was procrastinating it. It was also later in the day too, so I was lower on energy. It was just really hard to get things done, and I realized that this is what's causing me to be mentally and emotionally drained. I was just exhausted, and I just didn't feel like doing anything at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So I decided to get my training done first thing in the morning, if schedule allowed it that day. So wake up, do my endurance work, and then do my strength work. So normally on a hybrid training approach, we usually do the strength portion first, but right now it's easier for me to get the endurance portion in first. To get that out of the way, because the endurance portion is the hardest part for me right now. The strength side of things right now, with hypertrophy training, I'm able to push through the mental and emotional rut through strength training. You just kind of go in, get it done. With the endurance side of things, not so much. I have a little bit of a harder time with that, so I do my endurance work first to get that out of the way. That has helped tremendously with my mental and emotional health, and also with my mindset, my perspective. I get it done out of the way. First thing in the morning. After that, my day is completely open to do work, to do chores, errands, whatever I need to do that day. It's just a really good way to start my day. So that's kind of the training side of things. The nutrition side of things went really well as well. I'm making progress in my physique, which is really awesome. You know, things are getting closer and closer, so I'm trying to practice my posing more. I'm definitely very nervous about my posing. I think that's the one thing that I'm not very confident about. So just kind of spending a little bit of time each day hitting the poses, walking around in heels. I walk around in heels like a baby giraffe, so sometimes I try to take at least 5 to 10 minutes every day to walk around heels in the house. It's just really bad. I've just never really been able to walk around in heels. So that's kind of really it on the training and nutrition side of things. I talk more about the mental and emotional side of things in the blog post below, so you can read more information about that. But basically, the week of May 1st was kind of like a really nice week. It was a nice refresher week. This weekend, I was up in Kansas City, Missouri for the fitness summit, which was amazing because I was surrounded by, I got to see some familiar CHP faces. I got to meet some new CHP faces. I just got to meet a bunch of people in general in the fitness industry. So it was really awesome to connect with them, to tell them about my story, to hear their stories. I always love hearing other people's stories and what they're doing with their own training, because you know, no matter what someone is doing, if they are training for something, you know, it's always interesting to hear about the challenges, hear about what they're doing, their approach, etc. So it was really awesome to connect with a bunch of people and share our stories like that. I spoke with one gentleman about the psych side of things, and we just talked about like creating habits and how the more set you can get into a habit when it comes to these higher challenging events, the better. And like I talked about before, with me getting into the habit of getting my endurance out of the way, it's helped tremendously. So I recommend to you guys, you know, if you guys are training for something really difficult, find a habit and a routine that is going to make you the most productive and efficient as you can, because I've done that and that's helped me tremendously. So I feel like other people can also benefit from something like that as well if you aren't already doing that. So yeah, that's kind of it for today. I kind of just blabbed a little bit there. So I hope you've enjoyed this update, and thank you guys for following along my journey. And then also thank you to everyone who has been supportive and encouraging. I say it all the time, but I truly mean it, how appreciative and how much it helps to have people supporting you and encouraging you. I probably wouldn't be able to do this on my own if I didn't have people by my side supporting and encouraging me. So if you are one of those persons, thank you. I appreciate you tenfold. So I hope you guys have a good day.